What is up, folks? TCG here, and we're playing in the Qualifier Play-in. It's Explorer, best of one, best of two losses, and the deck we're playing is Grixis Dredge. I've taken the blue-black Dredge list I've been messing around with, I'm a big fan of, and we're trying out some new cards here. And so, the main things you'll notice that we're playing red for: Oxygogonus, 3 red, ETB, discard your hand, draw 3 cards, and then escapes for double red from your graveyard, exile the other cards from your graveyard, escapes with a counter, that's fine. It's a nice way to trigger Prized Amalgam again for your graveyard. Gives you some card advantage as well, as you kind of regain some resources once you've used some stuff. Pretty solid. And the other card we're playing is a couple of copies of Scrapwork Mutt, which is something we're trying out. 2 for a 2/1. When ETBs, you discard a card. If you do draw a card, gets like your Amalgams, your Haunted Deads, anything like Moguls that you've drawn to your hand into the graveyard, and then also has that Unearth ability to come back. Again, obviously triggers Prized Amalgam, but then you get to do the same, whether that's be like discarding extra copies of Prized Amalgam, Haunted Dead, Creepy Chill, or Oxygogonus itself. Outside of that, we have our kind of the blue-black shell that I think we're getting quite familiar with. We've got Secret Keepers, Otherworldly Gazers, and Stitch Suppliers at 1. And we've got our 4 copies of Narcomoeba. Obviously, it's free. The Prized Amalgam is nuts. Enables these kind of nutty things where you go like turn 1, mill yourself, hit Narcomoeba plus Prized Amalgam, maybe even 2, and all of a sudden you're just putting 7 power into play on turn 1. The 2 Scrapwork Mutts, we've got 4 copies of Silver Smoke Ghoul, comes back if you gain 3 or more life. You'll note that we're not actually playing any Sovereign's Bloods here, and we're also, because we're playing the Oxygogonus kind of Scrapwork Mutt package, we're not playing any Founding the Third Paths, so we're just triggering Silver Smoke Ghoul with Creeping Chill, which is fine. Then our 4 copies of Prized Amalgam, obviously the best card in the deck, 1 blue-black, 3/3. When another creature enters the battlefield, if it enters from a graveyard, or you cast it from a graveyard, it returns to the battlefield tapped at the beginning of the next end step. Pretty strong, pretty strong. The best card kind of to enable this is Haunted Dead. Obviously, okay, I say best card. You got like Narcomoeba and stuff that comes back for free. The best thing that you're paying for is Haunted Dead. One of the black discard 2 cards, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Makes a spirit. Excellent. One of the great ways. You can discard your Prized Amalgams to this and trigger them, which is as well. Creeping Chill, obviously, so good. 3 and a black. Deals 3 damage, get 3 life. Very, very occasionally you cast it from your hand if you need to finish your opponent off. But normally you're trying to mill it into your graveyard, and then you get to exile it and then activate that ability for free. You drain your opponent for 3. And then we have 4 copies of Jace. Largely playing it as a instantly play it and then drop it through the floor. So -X, that target player mills 3 times its card ability, obviously targeting yourself. If you play it for 3 mana, you're milling yourself at 9. If you play it for 4 mana, you're milling yourself at 15, which is a ton. And then we also have 4 copies of Oxygogonus, which you kind of mentioned earlier. Another card advantage engine, another thing to come back with Prized Amalgam. And the mana base has changed up a bit. Obviously, we've got some red cards as well. Firstly, we're playing 4 copies of Mana Confluence. I'm not sure how much it's going to hurt us, honestly, but we're trying it out because we're trying to play the whole Grixis mana base. We have some other red cards at sideboard as well, and we do need enough sources to be able to pay the double red here. But the majority of our spells are blue and black. So we've got our 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Warrior Grave, 4 Spireleft Canal, and then 2 Steam Vents with the 4 Mana Confluence. No Water Wire, we don't really have room for it. We don't have time to back around. The sideboard then, a couple of things here. Oh, I meant to craft these before, but we'll do that now. Let's finish that. Huzzah. We've got our Fatal Pushes for creature decks. Essentially aggro, but mostly you're looking for decks where they're going to have Scavenging Ooze or Thalia. Those things we really have to deal with. Thoughtseize, try and take your opponent's rest in peace. Obviously, the idea with Dredge in general is that you win game 1, and you have to kind of fight it out for games 2 and 3. So you've got Thoughtseize and Spell Pierce to help disrupt Rest in Peace and other potential graveyard interaction. And then the other thing we're trying out, because we're playing the red cards, I really wanted to try Fever Visions as an alternate win condition. Because you're going to be kind of hitting them with Creeping Chill anyway, they end up with quite low life. Maybe they'll be able to stabilize with some stuff. But Fever Vision, 1 blue and a red, at the beginning of each player's end step, that player draws a card. Then if the player is your opponent and has 4 or more cards in hand, deals 2 damage to them. So it gives you some card advantage as well, but and admittedly is giving your opponent some cards, but we'll just burn them out. And they generally won't have good answers for this out of the sideboard. They'll be bringing in their graveyard hate. Alright, so yeah, it's 1st to 6 wins, in which case we get our 6,000 gems in entry, or 2 losses. I'll play till we reach either. Wish me luck. Alright, we've got 2 Narcomoebas and 2 Silver Smoke Ghoul. We want to put this back. We've only got 1 enabler. That's fine here. Equally awkward. Already starting with a multiplier is bad, but hey, this is not pulling it, especially when we've got a bunch of cards we want in our graveyard in our hand. That can play off pretty low resources. We might have to keep this. The Otherworldly Graze at least gives us kind of like 2 effects. We get to find some stuff with it as well. We've got Mutt, and I think we'll keep this. One of the things here is that when you put creeping, obviously the cards go on the bottom, and you're not going to be able to shuffle. The Narcomoebas are in theory worse than the Creeping Chillers, because the Creeping Chiller you can cast from your hand to bring back ghouls, and the Narcomoebas are just not going to do anything. So we'll play like this. Bit of an awkward start, but hey, Overgrown Tomb would think this is Abzan Greasefang. See what they actually take here. Probably the otherworldly gaze just to stop us doing stuff. They might take them out, but that seems unlikely. Getting one instance of the otherworldly gaze out of our hand seems pretty solid for them. They're going to take the mark, which is fine. I don't need Canal. I'm going to cast this now. Alright, Ox. If we're being Ox, we want to bring the rest of the cards. We don't want to draw lands anyway. That's fine. We may look to Mutt here. We do want to try and put as many cards in the game as possible. They take the Creeping Chill. They see the Darkslick Shores. Okay. We're in a pretty bad spot. Yeah, this appears to be Traverse Greasefang. They've not shown any white sources yet, but it could also be like Black-Green Delirium. Black-Green mid-range. But the Traverse version of the Greasefang deck is very popular right now. Alright, they did see the Shores, so we'll go ahead and play this. We have the supplier to play, so we'll play that. And just build the resources up in our graveyard. Alright. Nothing hit so far. We do want to draw a red source. Oh, Gliss is kind of miserable. Maybe should have upkeep this otherworldly gaze. I want to keep this in the graveyard, so I think I'm just going to pass. We'll look to block Glisser. That's fine. What do they have here? Yeah, none of the modes are particularly relevant to us in particular. But yeah, it does seem like Black-Green mid-range rather than a Traverse Greasefang build, which I feel a bit better about. I have to watch out for things like Scavenging Ooze, post-spawn. There's a Prized Amalgam, that's good because we know we have the dogs. Shieldred could be a little tough. We have Jace. Gosh. I want to draw this Mana Confluence, but I think we're actually better off bidding it and trying to just drop the race to the 4 for 15 cards. In which case, we're going to mill through the Mana Confluence anyway. Seems fine. Alright, we take some damage. Alright, 15 cards, let's go. See what we hit here. What? We got a lot of amalgams on. That's pretty great. The Prized Amalgam tree is just like sitting on top of each other is a bit annoying, but hey. Alright, we got a bunch of power in play. They have a bunch of answers though. They have some decent stuff here. We still can't bring back the Ox. And we're a couple of cards off Haunted Dead. Depending on what we draw, we either hold it for Haunted Dead or maybe loot it away with the Mutt to try and find a red source. Okay, they just attack a Numa for that. Alright, and they've got Green Slayer, which still doesn't have a third mode online. Alright, well, these all trigger. There's a downside of Mutt, of course. They're on 13. They've got 3 blockers. Means 9/10's going through. They can find some damage to put on us though. A little scared. Let's fire attacks with all. Is it also throwing the Grimflare under the bus? I think we should force them to do that if we can. Yeah, I think 9 to 10. These are fine. Even though it's going to cost us some life, I think we want to bring the Mutt out of the graveyard. We're going 7, 8, 9 from the draw, 10, 11 from our draw. I think that's fine. Let's bring one of these back. This will trigger the Prized Amalgams again from my yard. We'll discard a card. Ooh, drawing a Creeping Chill is awkward. But we would have drawn it anyway. That's fine. We'll end. The Should obviously have done this first. Pre-combat. Feels pretty stupid. Alright, we're on 15. Live and learn. I've not played Scrapbook Muck into that much. Yeah. Alright, cool. That's a first win. Nice. I'll see you in the next one. Fair enough. Let's see. We want a mulligan, let's go no enablers. That seems fairly straightforward. This one is a bit awkward because we've got Prized Amalgam, it's a bit awkward, something in hand. You put one of these back, but with the double other gaze, we feel not too bad about it. Prized Amalgam's a nice one to have in hand because you can obviously discard things like Haunted Dad. Where's it going? I'm going to set up a stop here because currently we've given no information to our opponent. This stop on the main phase 2 is actually really important because Prized Amalgam doesn't trigger. It doesn't trigger. Oh. We'll draw the Secret Keeper then. Alright. And in that case, I don't want to. Yeah, I will. Let's see this first, because we can still just control our draw step with the otherworldly gaze. We hit. The mutt's really important. And we do this now. So our next turn looks like discard these two to bring back the Haunted Dad. We don't know what our opponent's up to yet. I think just drawing the Secret Keeper is fine. Okay, it looks like they're doing fairly slow stuff. So we have the option to bring back, because we don't want either of these two cards in our hand, we may as well just Haunted Dad. But we don't have a we don't have a black source, so we're on this line instead. We maybe did need the Mana Confluence instead of this. Okay. Unfortunately, the way these trigger around, this doesn't actually bring this back. It sets us up for later on. I have the opportunity to upkeep the other one of the games, but we want to draw a line if possible, so we want to see if the top card is or not. Interesting. Looks like they're playing Hardened Scales. Oh, this is really good because we got to Jace here. We're just going to play Jace out and mill for 9. And then hopefully we hit an Archamoeba or Creeping Shell. We go ahead and trigger a bunch of artifacts. Oh, this has been fairly sloppy for me today, to be honest. Alright, there's an Archamoeba, that'll bring back 2 copies of Prized Amalgam. We can Oxyvogonus next turn. That looks pretty solid. The creatures get bigger, but that's... which is actually a pretty legitimate problem. Aggroing Prized Amalgam, but hey. We can use the Prized Amalgam kind of grinder the other way. Alright. We'll see. Just blanks on having a blank source, it's so stupid. Alright. Is that kind of going off right now? I want to block this because I think this game is going to go quite long. You maybe need the flying blockers though, but taking 9 seems pretty bad. Shrine Creeping Shell. We have the Ox to bring back. I'll tackle these first. What's in the blocks of the creatures? Okay. Alright, the Prosperity Cube is going to give them a decent amount of life. I want to... venture deeper ourselves, and then we'll bring back Oxyvogonus. So... 1, 2... 3... They don't know we're not playing like Scrappy Scavenger yet, so we should prioritize exiling lands first. 5... 6... 7, and then one of the Archamoebas. Out of it. Probably worth actually playing a 6-keeper out here. Just give us another blocker. Okay, so now we're kind of into the grind fest. Because they've got some really big attackers. But if they want to swing into us, then they have to make some sacrifices. Okay. We'll happily put the Ox in front. Oh, that's not good. Okay. There. We count our resources here. We discarded a Creeping Chill. You might see what we draw. Probably shouldn't just see what we draw. Probably should Otherworldly Journey on upkeep. Block the 7/7. Yeah, Secret Keeper again. I think this is not. Sorry. Obviously, True Nakamoeba. Alright. So. We have a bit of a wall we can set up. 1, 2. What do they put? It was Rabbit Bite that they use? I'm gonna mill this for 4 with the Secret Keeper, see what we hit. Alright, Keeping Chill's good. In which case, I think we play one of these. Let's bring back a. We have one Ghoul on the graveyard. I'm trying to think how many of these we can attack with. We're on 6. We're making. I'll just attack with 2 of these. I'll leave one back for now. I'm just going to put the stop here just in case. Alright. I'll set us up on our upkeep, just in case. Oh, okay. Well, that one's awkward too. If they put the game life mode here. If they don't put the game life mode, they're not necessarily out of the woods. But I expect them to go gain life. Oh, they put a shield counter on. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I expect them to make a 4/4 as well, basically. It's a lot of life. Let's see what attacks they make here. We don't really have any ambush potential. They're gonna go to. Okay. Yeah, I'll hold that. I've got other gaze on draw step here. Let's resolve this. Creeping Chill. Jace. If we get a chance to Jace, it'd be great. This is trample though. Oh, I wonder. Is that the big genius thing to do? Okay, because I think I want to Ox. Because that has a decent amount of power and toughness. This puts us on 9. Yeah. We can tap for Ox. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so bad. We can play both of these though. I think that's fine. Now we want to draw the chase. Well, this feels pretty bad. Johnny. Gosh, I should have been more careful with tapping. 1, 2, 3. These two have. Let's out with a flyer. This isn't. It does have reach, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Yeah. I forgot this card does everything. So in terms of what we've still got to hit, there are 2 Creeping Chills here. There is 1 more in our graveyard. There's 1 more Creeping Chill. We have most of the Nakamoeba. Most of the Nakamoebas on the bottom, right? I don't know. That was last game. Right. This is a lot of power and toughness. Every time they have the greens feature. Okay, well, they're giving us a chance. We can still Ox. We can Ox next turn, though. What do we got to hit? Did I get Trample? No, no, this is Trample, though. I just don't think we can Jace anymore. Being 3 life max and most of the power and stuff we're putting into play will not. Will not be untapped, is what I'm looking for. Alright. Let's bring the Ox back. Land, Jace, land, Secret Keeper, chill, Secret Keeper, Jace. Okay. I'm gonna play this because we still have a bunch of other Wonder Gazes we can upkeep. No attacks. Ah, this is so awkward. They should tell everything. Alright. So, what needs actual jump? So, these things have high power and toughness. Well, these things are trample, important. This also is trample. This can just be chump blocked. And so can this. This thing's a shield counter on it, so there's no point making any weird block like that. These 2/2s I think we can eat. And then there's a 7/7 and a 4/2 over here. This thing is over here. Oh, if you take one off of this currently, I think we could afford to take 2 here. We keep the flyers around. This is coming through. This is maths. It's certainly some maths. Hopefully it's the right maths. It feels like a lazy attack though. Is all I'm gonna say. Yeah, they might just get punished for that. Oh, they only come back on our stat. 14, we got 9. 9 points of damage. They've only got 1 big trample left. We're on 7. We have Haunting that we can cast from our hand. Is that kind of genius? Oh, we should just Ox again in a minute. This is at 5. So we can Ox plus Haunted Dead? That makes sense. Which case we should Haunted Dead first. Check the mana. Discard, cool, Haunted Dead. We get Ox again. Jace, Narcomoeba, Secret Keeper. Secret Keeper Jace. Narcomoeba. Which suppliers can go. Okay. Ooh, untapped land lets us again. This is blocking here. Taking 5 currently. I like the extra blocker though. that maths? I don't think that works out. Yeah, we die exactly. If we do that. Oh, they drew land. That's good. They're dead. Right? Yeah, because if we go down to 5 here, this puts this attack at lethal, and we these have to block over here. We have an extra blocker, but I guess it. At which point this doesn't make. I had fun. Oh, I played a bit badly, but that's okay. Alright, alright. 2-0? Is that 3? I'll check the screen after this game. No Johns, but I've been playing. It's 9 o'clock and I'm super tired. But no Johns. You misplay, you misplay. Alright, well. These hands have been pretty poor. We actually upped our land count, kind of going up to add additional colour, which I think is reasonable because you're really, really punished if you don't have lands. And 16 is already cutting in pretty close. We had a 5, but again, the deck can play well off of low lands. So here we have Otherworldly Gaze. I'll put the Creeping Chill on the bottom, but the second card on the bottom is tough. I think it might be the Ox. Mutt puts the card in the graveyard, but doesn't trigger it. I think it has to be the... Yeah, because we can actually just cast this on turn 2. That's the thing that I've not really done yet. We'll set the stop again. We can just cast this to discard Prized Amalgam. Alright. We want all these in the bin? I know, I'm going to take the Mana Confluence. After last time, getting horribly punished for having black mana. It is important enough for me to do. Alright, nice. And then we're going to go ahead and mutt, and we'll discard the Prized Amalgam. To draw another card that we want. We can cast this. I'm going to set a stop on my upkeep here. Going to go ahead and Otherworldly Gaze. So white-green is interesting. I don't know what to expect for this. It could just be Angels. Of course, they've got a slow start. Prized Amalgam Haunted Dead. Alright, in that case, we want to draw the Jace. Yeah. We draw Jace now, and that means that, yeah, go to main. We've got Haunting Dead to bring back the Prized Amalgam eventually. They've got us stopped here. Next time we're going to stand this Jace with 3 or 4 mana. Would we happily draw a land? And then we've got Ghoul to come out later. I'm so scared of Angels though. There's an Overseer. Okay, that's not the. It's not the 2/4 that's really threatening. Make the attack first. They kind of know what's going on. The Jace also sets us up to bring back Octagonus. But no, okay, I'm gonna keep that around. We're gonna pay a pile of life here, which I mean 3, to drop Jace to the 4 to mill ourselves for 9. Okay. Alright, we hit Creeping Chill, but no. The prize this is the Virgil is in our hand. But the Octagonus will bring back the Prized Amalgam next turn. Don't feel too bad. Alright, there's an Archangel. So they have a pretty slow and also not that great hand. But we've got to think, like, oh, they're going to do something pretty nuts this turn. So, we will tap this for black. Place this as a player. There's that. We'll play this out. And we will go this. So, again, land, such supplier, land, Jace. Jace. Oh. A triple. There's a lot of stuff to mill next turn. I don't want this in our graveyard yet. You'll just pass. Alright, bring back all the amalgams. It all depends what our opponent does here. Angels can be pretty tough if you don't get out of the gates very quickly, and we've kind of dawdled around quite a bit. So we'll see. They've not started making angels yet, or we're going to absurdly highlight it all. But, you know, it's always there. So we've not hit any creeping chills. So we know one's at the bottom of our... No, we've hit one. We know that there's one here. What does that take care of? Prized Amalgam? Guess so. Okay. Yeah, and the important thing is they're not gaining, like, a ton of life. Alright. So... I think our play here is to bring back go to Haunting Dead on end step. But it depends on a few different things. Let's go to combat. I'll be honest, I did not expect that. Well, let's go to the next one. Let's just double check what our record is. We managed to win that super tight green versus green that I thought we were just going to lose. Because I played kind of poorly. So, where are we at? Flame. We're at 3 wins, so we're halfway there. Currently at 3,000 gems, which is nearly the buy-in. Woo. Alright, see you the next one. This... I'm going to say it looks reasonable. Opponents of the play. Yes, Secret Keeper plus Mutt. Mutt pats this pick. We've got Prized Amalgam Creeper to our hand, which isn't great. I don't want to enable it. It feels a bit weird playing this deck without Founding. We have a decent start, though. On the draw as well. They're like base level I think I want to get a hand with 2 enablers. I'm going to mulligan this. This looks worse, but is actually, I think, fine. I'll keep this at 6. We're going to put the... Creeping Chill on the bottom. This maybe looks a little worse than the 7. But 2 enablers is pretty big. We're gonna... Do we have anything powerful to do on our turn 2 here? Not really. I think we're fine doing this and setting a stop on our upkeep to the other Wilder Gaze. Let's just dig for a land. That's Jace, interesting. Cave no 1-drop. Implies... What does that imply? Oh. Yeah, angels. There. Alright, well, none of these are a land. What are we drawing? That's an Ox. Alright, well, this is the punish game. We're going to attack here. If they block, then, yeah, I don't know what I'm expecting them to. Okay. We have enough stuff with, like, these in our graveyard that we're not... These are all... But Bishop into Righteous Valkyrie is probably just too fast out of the gates for us at this point. Like, any angel kind of locks us out in here. Alright, miss. They're taking way too long. Alright, cool. They go to 38. They get some big angels. Righteous Valkyrie's triggering. We're all kinds of dead. I also did the master roll. I'm just gonna screw this one up. Alright, that's my bad. It makes you feel like you should keep the 7, but you can't rely too heavily on like that kind of... It's a very small sample size. It's... yeah. And this one land, although the gaze hand gets there a lot. Alright, anyway. We got to see a lot of cards, didn't hit land. That's fine. Alright, so we're down to sudden death. We're currently 3-1. We're looking for 6 wins, but 2 losses a second loss will put us out of the event. Oh gosh. Alright, well. Should do some dredge is this keepables. It's tough. The other thing is that mulligans are so good now that if you're like unsure, the chances are you probably should mulligan, at least on 7. We've got Mana Confidence or only land, Narcomoeba, Citrus Supplier. Sorry, the Narcomoeba, the Prized Amalgam, the Oxygonus, so like, okay. They don't want to see these. Opponents of the play, he's going to get some extra draw steps. We're already kind of playing a few cards short. Opponents on an aggro deck, I don't think we have any chance of winning to this Mana Confidence as being our only land. If we stall at all, then we're in trouble. This is a pretty big payoff, though. I'm gonna keep this. Some of that's down to just being on the draw. Mono Blue Spirits could be interesting. Alright. The main phase this. Alright, we see Spire Bluff, which lets us cast a Jace, and we'll put these two into the graveyard. We have our lands. Spirit's is an interesting one. Often, if we can get a little bit of food going in our graveyard, that counter spells won't outrace what we're up to. Right. 1 turn 3. That's what we're looking to do. Which I think is any better we can do in the meantime than flashback a lot of gaze. I think flashing back gaze on the end of their turn is the best thing we can do here. And then we're looking to Jace on our turn. I think this is better than playing with such a supplier out. I cast this in combat. They're thinking. This is something I kind of want them to interact with. Than all these. These are cards we want. The Horned deck gives us some interesting lines if this starts going downhill. Okay, Ascendant Spirit. Do I think they have a Geistlights there? I guess the answer is yes, but do I lose if I cast Jace into it? This is the important question. One, two, three, four, 5. This costs 2 life. The odds of having a counter spell are really high. For what it's worth. A double amalgam. Let's go here. Alright, they're gonna level up. So we have Haunted Dead to bring back. We have gives us a blocker for all their stuff. And also brings us back to Prized Amalgams, which is decent. Now we have blocking decisions. And we'll do this. I'm going to discard Prized Amalgam Ox. Makes sense. If we may need to cast Marking to block at some point. We can deny them a card here, or we can block more damage. I think the safer option, because I would like some time, ideally. And time. I've also been playing like they have a counter spell already, so. Okay. Alright, Haunted Dead. Go combat. Stay with these. So they have 1, 3, 6, 7, 8 right now. Or they can animate face to save and to attack with. What I'm basically thinking is, do I want to Stitch a Supplier? I cast Jace with Dead, yeah? If I cast Chase, I should cast it for 4. I can cast an Alchemy though. If I hit nothing off a Stitch Supply. The Stitch Supply just opens us up to a lot more stuff going on. That wasn't necessarily what I was looking for. You still open this. Okay. It's just, it's really hard to play against spirits. You can have some kind of bounce effects like Brazen Borer and Ottawara. They're just gonna level. Oh, they level up this up to 5. Okay. Rather than. So this is just efficient. Oh, do they have a bounce effect? They do not. We'll block here. Okay. Yeah, I'm on a bit of a clock. It's another one where none of these things can block. I almost want them to animate Faceless Haven to block here. Currently going to... We're on 9. I wish we had this one down in our graveyard right now. Ooh, but what if we did? Right? Is this better than us going... Chase? I think this actually is better than us going Jace. Alright, well this looks really sketchy. I mean, basically have to exile graveyard to do this. Alright, the other guy says that. There wasn't really anything we could do. I don't think there's a way to play around it. We should need a way to get this into a graveyard. Alright. That's gonna seal the deal. Alright, alright. Well, maybe I have another one, maybe I won't, but I hope you enjoyed, at least got some insight. I think this deck, I think the Grixis version of the deck is pretty cool, but you do miss having those like 2-mana enablers with founding the third path. Maybe you could do some amalgamation that could be happening there. Things to try, things to tinker with as well. I showed the sideboard off. We're not even using the sideboard. This is best of one, but hey. Well, I'm going to test Fever Visions a bit in Best of 3. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more Grixis Dredge. I'll do some work, do some adapting. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe to the channel. All that stuff. Appreciate it. Catch you next time. Oh, and here's our actual end screen with the... I cut that off before I went back to it. We get 3,000 gems back. Maybe we run again.